Robert's question is up next. He says, I'm 38 with $850K in my 401k, but only $50K in my brokerage. To retire at 50, how drastically should I redirect my savings? After 15 years with the same strategy, I get analysis paralysis thinking about making any changes. So when you're starting to get a little fancier, what should he think about, and what should he think about in this specific situation?
Well, let's address the facts first, Robert. You're 38 years old with $900,000 in investments.
Pretty awesome.
Boom.
That's incredible. Like, that is unbelievable. I also love that you are beginning with the end in mind. You're thinking, hey, I want to retire at age 50, so how should I begin thinking about what I'm doing right now? And what I love is that at 38, between 38 and 50, you still have a lot of time to make adjustments. So in my opinion, and we can't give you like specific advice because we don't know the specifics of your situation, but I think you have a long enough timeline. You don't have to do some drastic change. You don't have to I'm doing this today and tomorrow I have a completely different strategy at hand. But you are in that place where continuing on your present trajectory, continue to build assets the way you are. When you get to 50, you might end up arriving at this conclusion, hey, I am what we like to call retirement rich. I've got a lot of assets in retirement accounts, a lot of stuff that's tax advantaged, but when I'm 50, I can't get to it. I don't have access to the money that I need to pay for the things that I need to pay for, and so that becomes problematic. So for someone in Robert's situation, Brian, how would you propose that he think about that? How should he reframe how he's thinking about his saving strategy?
Yeah, by the way, Bo is spot on, is that retirement rich is kind of a side effect for being a financial mutant, because let's face it, when you get through steps 1 through 6 of the financial order of operations, you're really leaning into all the tax incentivized versions, but it's not uncommon. You're doing it sooner than most people realize this. But people get to the point, they go, man, I'd like to start paying cash for my cars. I'd like to maybe retire sooner than the typical person does. How am I going to do that, since some of these accounts I can't even get access to until 55, 59? Don't panic. You're crushing it. This is you're normal for the course, but this is also why Step 7 of the financial order of operations, Step 7 is hyperaccumulation, or where you're thinking about exactly what Bo talked about. You're beginning with the end in mind. This is where we talk about the 3-bucket strategy, because this is what you've woken up to and realized, hey, all my money is either tax deferred, tax free. I'm going to need access to after tax or taxable brokerage account assets. How do I make this work? So we've actually devoted an entire step of the financial order of operations to work through this. So just like in Millionaire Mission, we talk about this, building your great, big, beautiful tomorrow. So Robert, that's how I would attack it, is look at, yes, you're probably going to need to start, since you're beyond steps 1 through 6. In step 7, we need to be very deliberate about building those taxable brokerage accounts, because you are going to need that bridge account to get you into the retirement that you planned and saved and been so disciplined for. Let's just make sure that you actually get to fulfill, because you're at that intersection of, hey, I just want to save, but then invest. But now once you start thinking about how I'm going to use it, you've got to be very deliberate with what are the tools that are going to make that happen.
And I would argue also, at 38 years old, crossing into or nearing that 7-figure mark, you're probably not like the pass-fail place. Like, okay, if I do it this way, I'm going to fail. If I do it this way, I'm going to pass. It's less about that. It's more about optimization. How do I optimize my financial situation so that for me personally, I'm able to live the life that I want to live on my terms and have my money work as hard for me as I can? This might be a great time where you consider taking the relationship to the next level, because you've not navigated that before. Okay, how do I shift from thinking about this as someone in my late 30s to someone actually preparing for financial independence in my 50s? A really good financial advisor can help navigate you through that. We actually have a resource on our website. You can go to moneyguy.com/resources, 8 questions to ask your financial advisor to find someone that can help you navigate that and figure out what that looks like. And if you need somewhere to start, I would love for you to think about starting at moneyguy.com or aboundwealth.com. Check out the work with us, and we would love to have that conversation with you.